Good evening, all, and welcome to your preview game, the Sheffield United versus Arsenal preview game. Here with FTB Sports, I'm Canners, your host, and we have Brezzy and King with us today. So, we're going to discuss, I guess, do we even touch on last night and the disappointment with that, but we can come back to that. But first and foremost, what I want to do is I guess rest in peace, Prince Philip, all of that sad news and everything. But yeah, not nice. 70 years of marriage, over 70 years of marriage and stuff and what have you. But we'll quickly move on. Arsenal, Sheffield United. This place is not a good place for us. Apparently, I think this is our ground where we've the longest streak. One of the longest streaks of actually not winning, and it's pretty shocking, really, considering the type of team that they are. Bouncing up and down. I think that's probably got something to do with it. Then we've not always been in the Premiership, but I think we've not won there since 1991.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Wow.
In the league. Obviously, we won there last year in the cup, but in the league, we've not won this since. And can anyone guess the two scorers? We beat them. We won 2-0. Anyone guess
What year? Sorry, what year was it?
91.
91.
91.
I'm gonna say
91. Sorry, so I think that might be
I'm gonna say Ian Wright.
King.
That seems like a decent shout.
Both goals. He's saying both goals. Ian Wright.
Yeah.
All right. Campbell and Smith.
Oh, Kevin Campbell and Alan Smith.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Blast from the past, man.
Geez, so we owe this team, really, to be honest. Our last two games there, we've lost 1-0 both times. 06-07, and obviously last year we lost there as well. So we owe this team. They're rock bottom. They lost their last game against Leeds. Last night feels like a loss to us. We've conceded 6 goals in the last two league games. King, talk to me. Where do we go from here? I mean,
I'm gonna add to that by saying we haven't kept a clean sheet in 14 games. I was hearing that being touted yesterday.
That's disgusting.
Last game was against United at home when we drew 0-0. You consider some of the teams we played there. I mean, do you know what? I really just want to see a clean sheet. I think this is the team to kind of get that confidence, in the defence, in the back four, which clearly is a problem. I think that's been a problem for a decade. So yeah, I think we should be beating this team. No disrespect to them at all, but they have turned up against the likes of United and certain other teams, and they've got knockout power against bigger teams, but I think we should be beating them. What concerns me maybe is the European hangover. I think this season, after Europa League games, we haven't fared amazingly, but I still think we got enough in the locker to beat them. Hello?
Yeah. Oh.
Yep.
So no, that's me. I think there's an issue at my end. Apologies. No, I totally hear all of that. The problem with our defense right now is we haven't really got a stable back four which we can rely on, because we keep getting injuries to key players there. Obviously, yes, we have our keeper, but obviously Luiz and Gabriel seem to be Arteta's preferred partnership. But Tierney, as great as he is, he's proved to be that little bit injury prone. Listen, the one against against Liverpool. I think now that keeps them out for the rest of the season. In my opinion.
They've said 4 to 6 weeks, haven't they? Yeah. So
yeah. I can't see him coming back unless something drastic happens where we miraculously get through to the Europa League final and he becomes fit. I don't know, but Brezzy, Sheffield United, always one of those teams that up and at them. They lost their manager. They're rock bottom. Arteta, though, do you think this is a game for him that he would relish to be like, say, do you know what, this is the perfect game for us to kind of get back on track? Or could it be seen as a no-win situation for him, in the sense that, he has to win, he should win, just keep the powder dry for next Thursday, because we all three of us know the league is not really anything really for us this season, and all eggs are in the Europa League basket. So how is it a no-win then for Arteta?
The problem is the teams that we should be beating, we struggle against. No matter whoever we're playing against, no matter who, we just simply cannot win against the lower league teams. We beat Man United, we beat Spurs. The teams that were favourite for us to get absolutely demolished, we won. But when we're going to a game where we are the favourites to win, like last night, like Sheffield United, we are one of the favourites to win it. But I know for a fact that we will struggle. We'll have so many chances on goal, like last night. We couldn't even convert any of them. I mean, Saga had an absolute peach. Just in that corner, and that would have been in.
Lacazette's was worse.
Oh yeah, of course. But
why did he go for the specky? I don't know.
For me, it's just
you do that when you're on fire. Do you know what I'm saying? You do that.
To be honest, when I just take it around the keeper. He had the defender on the right side of him. He could have just dragged it around the left side and just tapped into an empty net. I don't know. But sorry, Brady, I didn't mean to interrupt.
It's still fresh, isn't it? The wound is still fresh.
Honestly, it's just painful. The thing is that the teams that we're supposed to be beating, we struggle against. The teams we're supposed to be losing against, we're beating. Obviously, apart from Man City, because no matter who you go up against Man City, you're just not going to win that. I want to say on paper we're the favourites to win and we should go there and get the result. I'm just so sceptical on it now. I just don't know what we're going to do. To be honest, I would be happy for the season to end today, tomorrow. Just get into the summer, rebuild. And then start again next season. I think, to be honest, I would rather play the kids in this game and get the main team for Europa League, just because of the fact that there's no for us in the league now, and I'd rather save people like Partey, Xhaka, Bamang, Laka, them for Europa, because that in theory is literally what all of our season is hoping on now. And we can play fine, but we'll probably get injuries knowing our luck, like Tierney, he's out for the season, Louise is out for the season.
I think the problem
left back, it's just
it's a myriad of issues. I think the problem what Arteta has now is that he's got to juggle it in the sense that, does he want to play players that are simply lacking in confidence and form in these kind of games, to hopefully for them to kick in the games against in the Europa League and stuff? Because to be honest, Partey deserved to be dragged last night. I didn't think he was bossing the midfield like he was brought in to do. And then
a lot of misplaced passes from him.
Exactly. There was one where I was thinking to myself, is someone injured? He actually kicked the ball where there was no one there. I was like, and you kind of think to yourself, something's going on there. We've got one of the most feared strikers in world football in Aubameyang, and he's totally devoid of form or he's just lacking confidence, of Aubameyang. And then you've got a striker in Lacazette who, what is he? Is he an actual true number 9? Is he a number 10? Is he someone that is supposed to kind of play behind the front man? What? I think he's confused himself, because I'm screaming for him to stay up front.
I think we've confused him, because I say this, right? The role he's being asked to play at Arsenal is completely different to the one he played at Lyon. At Lyon, he was just a fox in the box. So in his last season, he got over 20 goals.
Yep.
I can't remember the exact number. Only 2 of them were scored outside the box. But see, the way we're playing him is almost as a link-up, man. Like a false 9 who has to, if they're not getting the ball in the box, they have to come outside of it. And they have to turn their back to goal, and they have to kind of
100%.
play as like a link man for the other attacking midfielders, which he's getting better at, to his credit. But I want him in the box. I don't want him moving from the box. Like, literally, he doesn't need to, because that's where, if you're looking for him to score, that's where, I mean, he has scored a few worldies from outside the box, but by far his best chance of scoring is in the box, and getting the ball to feet, not crosses in the box. Not, when we played against Spurs, we had like 30 crosses in the second half, and Arteta was like, well, look, we created chances, but what good is it putting it on a sixpence to Lacazette and Aubameyang's head? I think they've scored like 10 headers between them in their partnership in total in their entire time at Arsenal. So it's just like, you've got to play to their strengths, and that's why I kind of feel sorry for both. Lacazette and Aubameyang.
Exactly, my point, and the problem is that it just seems to be a whole leap of confusion with his role in the team. President, what I want to do is go through what I think may be the first 11, but I actually myself are going to put a couple of changes in there, but it's pretty much close to what. Well, obviously, I don't think Odegaard is going to play. He looks like he's going to be out. He's injured. Brezzy, what do you think? Anything close to that, do you think?
Back 5, fine. Xhaka, Partey, fine. Obviously, we'll love for Odegaard to play, but obviously, clearly, he might not be fit. So I would put Smith-Rowe in there. And I would take Aubameyang out and put Lacazette in, just because the fact that he had the chances on, obviously, last night. I think, if you have, a bit more like Smith-Rowe and Saka, a few more kind of creative players with him, I think he can get a few more goals than Aubameyang, because clearly there's something wrong with Aubameyang. And it pains for me to say, because I actually love the guy. I think he's an absolute top quality striker. But the problem is that he's not performing. There's either something outside of football that's going on, and we're not privy to that kind of information. But we need him back. Honestly, we need the 18-19 Lacquer and Uber firing on all seasons. 75 assists between them, something stupid like that. Anyway,
I think one thing. I mean, with Odegaard probably missing out, Emil Smith-Rowe will probably come in there. However, I'd actually think he might save Saka, and have Martinelli.
Well, this is it. I would have said normally we would have Martinelli in, but the problem is that every time I sit there and say he's going to play Martinelli, he never plays Martinelli. I just don't understand why. Like, in the last 20 minutes when he was playing against Slavia, he was running down that wing. He was creating all kinds of problems, and you're just thinking, like, this is a 20-year-old who's got an engine like a horse. Who's going to run up and down that wing. He's going to create so many chances, create so many problems. And you have him on the bench. Like, how many times do we have to sit there and say that the youth is clearly going to be our best bet this season? Because obviously, got Saka, Smith-Rowe, Martinelli. Odegaard's coming in now. He needs to start playing the youth. And
100%. I mean, to his credit, I mean, he stumbled upon Smith Rowe and Saka because he had no choice at the end of the day. In my opinion, I feel he was forced into, especially to Smith Rowe, putting him in. King, I think maybe one change that might happen. I'm not sure why Chambers wasn't in the squad yesterday, but being Sheffield United being the team that they are, where they, pretty much direct, could you see actually Bellerin coming in? Dropping for Chambers. I mean, that because he seems to do that with those types of team that like to be that little bit more direct. I mean, with that first 11 there, what changes would you?
So I think the Chambers shout is a good one. Maybe for me, I think he does give you that stability defensively because his natural role is actually as a centre back. So. Defensive qualities, aerial ability, tackling ability, but his improvement in getting forward, I think maybe makes him quite a good looking. It's going to sound controversial, but what I would actually do is I would rest Smith Rowe and Saka. So I would put Martinelli on the left where Saka is, and I would actually put Lacazette behind Aubameyang, but not as a false 9 or a number 10, as a second striker. And I would almost play as like a 4-4-2. I think this is a team where we can be a bit adventurous going forward. They're going to sit deep, right? They're going to invite pressure onto them. I think, look, Aubameyang, he's not been good, but actually, you saw a response from him yesterday when he came on. He did get the assist. He did create the chance. I
thought he was quite lively. He was quite lively.
Yeah, I thought he was lively, and I think it should have happened a game or two sooner. But you could see. I think if he had come on 10 minutes earlier, it would have been interesting because he was actually lively when he came on. I was
screaming for Arteta to make a change. Oh my God.
And I just think I think the chemistry with those two, I think we should actually try, because I know we've said we can't play them together, but when we've tried to play them together, we've tried to play one on the left, one up top, or one as a second striker or a false 9 or a number 10 behind the other one. Let's just play them as two strikers, bro. I know the 4-4-2 formation's a bit played out.
Emery did it.
Arsenal fan in the country was crying out.
Emery did it. Emery did it, didn't he? In Europe.
Yeah.
And it kind of worked all the way up until the final, but it kind of worked. Guys, what I want to do, King, that's tremendous. I want to get through a couple of we've got more than a few of the comments and stuff. Brezzy, are you able to call these out? Yeah. Perfect. Here we go. It's from Yabba Forbes. Evening, Yabba, our resident, our resident United man.
Yeah, he's rubbing his hands together, isn't he?
Absolutely. Evening, Yabba. Evening. It's evening, guys. Onwards and upwards. Do you play a weaker team and throw all your eggs into Europa next week? I think that's 100% right now. Yeah. But having said that, players got to play themselves into some kind of form. So,
I think there's two things with that. So, I think there's a lot of players that need confidence. People like Pepe, Young, Lacazette, Smith Rowe, Saka. Mainly the attacking players, I think.
Scoring a few goals,
and the whole team.
Scoring a few goals and keeping a clean sheet is going to do wonders for our confidence, and that's what anything to keep any win with a clean sheet has got to be a good thing for us, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I have a concern of us kind of just giving up on the league entirely as well. Now,
Okay.
the reason I'm going to say this is I'm looking at the top 6 teams now. Obviously, City are in the well, they're not going to be catchable. Neither are United. Leicester are out of Europe. West Ham are out of Europe. Chelsea is still in Europe. Liverpool is still in Europe, theoretically, at the moment. If you look at the games that those teams have, they're not easy ones. I think West Ham has still got to play Leicester this weekend. They've still got to play Chelsea, and they've still got to play Everton. So those teams have got to play each other.
True.
They're going to be dropping points, and I think if we can at least push for a top 6 finish, I mean, we're only we're 7 points off top 6, but with them all playing each other,
it's a big ask. It's doable mathematically. However, we're running out of games for that. But I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
However, the problem is that this is number 1. This is Arsenal. Number 2, and I think this is a manager that may well be out of his depth, in my opinion. Carl, how you doing, bro? Nice one. Can we accept that we aren't good enough anymore? Listen, I don't think it's that. I don't think it's the personnel. Maybe there might be some issues. In my opinion, as I just said, I think the manager may well be out of his depth. He gave it all the big spiel before the Slavia Prague game about after in the aftermath of the Liverpool game, saying this was my issue, this was my thing, the players are up for it, they've been training well, all that kind of talk, and yet we got this. We got last night's performance. So Sheffield United's performance is definitely something that a lot of people are going to be sharpening knives for. Yes, of course. Yep. If you're enjoying the content, please hit that subscribe button. Please like, share, and subscribe. We can't do this without you lot, so please keep doing that. And we'll try and give you the content that you guys love. Yeah, I know. Sorry, guys. Apologies. Technical hitches. Evening, Jets. Evening, Mr. B. Don't be so glum. You haven't lost yet. Yeah. All right. Cheers.
I don't feel as pessimistic as a lot of people are leading me to perhaps feel about this game. I mean, there's nothing that I saw in that 90 minutes to suggest that we can't go there and score. Obviously they've got their home record. It's they've not lost at home all season.
Yeah.
But we've got on our day, I think on another game we take 1 or 2 of those chances. And on a bad day yesterday, we took 1 chance. So I think
it was
It's almost like if we had not conceded and had to go there and defend, would I fancy our chances more of having to defend a lead when we've gone 14 games without a clean sheet, or going there to score? I think I would rather have to rely on the strikers personally than our defenders.
Do you know what? I think either a dodgier scoreline for us would have been a 2-1 win for us at home, right? Hear me out here, okay? For the simple fact that our players wouldn't know what to do when we get there at their ground. They'll be caught in 2 minds whether to go for it, whether to sit back, and we'll do neither. A, we would not look like scoring, and B, we would look like conceding. And
look at the Olympiacos game in the last tie, right? The second leg.
Exactly.
We were 3-1 up. That extra goal cushion kind of did exactly what you're talking about to our mentality.
Exactly. And I think that we would probably lose that game 1-0 knowing us and go out on a away goal, But I don't know, man. I don't know. Yep, Carl, thank you. We don't have a replacement for Tierney. Get someone in who's a serial winner. I'm guessing he's alluding to Arteta. Arteta is in way over his head. I was trying to give him time, but I'm starting to kind of despair a little bit. I'm not sure. What about you guys? Brezzy, how are you feeling with Arteta right now?
The thing is, though, under Emery, there wasn't a structure. There was nothing. There, I think one game he played a 4-2-2-2. Like, what? I've never ever seen a formation played like that.
Yeah.
I think with Arteta, yes, he hasn't had the most successful run as Emery, but there's a structure, and you can see that there's a lot more discipline. There's a lot more, the players understand what they need to do. They understand their role.
Do they? They
do. The problem is that we've not got, like, we've loaned out and got rid of so many players. Yes, we needed to get rid of them, but we don't have that rotation now. Like, we've got no left back. If Tierney's out for the season now, and we're playing a right back at left back, I'd rather play Saka at left back because of that. I'd rather have Martinelli and have those two linking up. But
that's something that could work. But I mean, my thing is that I was seeing our performances, and I was seeing a kind of identity of the way that we play, and I was kind of thinking, our players know what to do. But then I'm just taking the example of Lacazette. Does he know what to do? What is he? I
think. Oh, sorry, carry on.
No. Go ahead.
What I was going to say is, because I was looking at the league table earlier, right? And, we've conceded 35 goals and only scored 40. But the thing is, interestingly, United are second and they've only conceded 33 goals. So
how many have they scored, though?
Exactly, 58. So I think what Arteta's done is he's come in and he's looked at the whole team, SWOT analysed it, and said, what is the weakest area? And, I mean, not many people can argue that defense hasn't been our weakest link for a decade, since the days of, I would say like Gallas or Toure, Campbell, Adams. I've not seen any kind of cohesion in our defense.
When you have, was it Joru and Sandaros at playing at the Nou Camp trying to defend the lead? I can't believe
what he's come in and done is he said that's the area I've needed to sort out first. So this system where we patiently build the play out from the back, where we're transitioning the ball forward slowly through the midfield, through the attack, sometimes from side to side along the ground, and that's good for not having the other team have the ball as much, therefore not being able to do much against you. The problem is with Lacazette and Aubameyang, they play off the shoulder of people, so they want to get on the other side of defenders. They need a midfielder to look up and see that pass and not second guess it, make it straight away. They need that direct on the ground pass in between defenders or in between the centre back and full back, and they need to be running and getting on the end of it. Right. The problem is, our style is, I see Aubameyang and Lacazette make runs, and I see like other attacking players make runs, and then it goes backward, and then it goes sideways, and then like it's like we're trying to probe. And the problem is they're not getting the ball enough, So this is what frustrates. Yeah, it's what frustrates me with Arteta, is because I think he's a smart, astute manager, and it's almost like I can see the definition of insanity is trying the same thing, and expecting different results, right? Yeah. But I think he's trying to play Man City football without the players.
Man City players, exactly.
Someone like Sterling, or Aguero, or Jesus, or whoever it is that's up front, they can be starved. They can wait. Those midfielders are good enough to keep the ball, but also they got the IQ and the technical ability to suddenly switch from probing to just that one quick direct pass in. And it's almost like
they can see a pass. Whereas our players, we struggle to see that pass and to play that.
Oh, you gone?
Whether it be a defense.
Oh.
Yeah, no. Sorry, guys. Apologies.
Right.
Sorry, go back to the comments again. Yeah, before, can Saka still be played at left back to cover Kieran? I mean, I don't want to lose Saka from
Agreed.
doing his work in the other
Attacking
final
third,
third. Yeah, exactly, 100%. Mr. Silver Fox, how you doing, sir? Good evening, Mr. B. What's he saying, Mr. Silver Fox? We need to accept mediocrity, then we can enjoy football again. I can't accept it, man. I mean, nah. God bloody hell, sheesh. Yes, Yabba. Wadi Cannons, I know you love your hip hop, yet you only give condolences. Oh, listen.
I was gonna say
Oh,
that.
do you know what? I didn't. Do you know what? I literally just saw something come up. Listen. Oh my gosh, DMX, bless, rest in peace. That guy had some absolute bangers, man. And if ever you needed a song to get you hype and ready for something, DMX was your go-to. Yeah, I understand that he was ill. He was rushed to hospital. Was it last week? I'm not sure why, but he was in a vegetative. Oh, is it? He was in a vegetative state, so he's obviously lost his battle. But yeah, rest in peace, DMX, man. You gave us a lot of joy, how should I say? And yeah. Yes, Mr. BG's like a Morgan here. Smile. Listen, we're all smiling. We got things to go for, man. We're all right. We'll be good. Don't worry. What's that? What's the saying? He who laughs laughs longest.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Could be worse. We could be Spurs or West Ham fans.
Yes, Yaba Obundi, big up Ghana King. Welcome to, and yes, I extend out the welcome. It's good having you on here. Many more evenings and predictions and preview shows and whatever to come with all of us here. Mm-hmm. So welcome to the team. Yes, Yaba Falls. Brazil played a 4-2-2-2. Yeah, but then they didn't win anything with Kaká, did they? I don't remember Kaká being in the Brazil winning team, not unless they won the Copa. Was it the South American championships? I'm not sure. Yeah, yeah. I'm not sure. You have to have special players to do that. Mr. Silver Fox King is spot on about the city. Absolutely, I agree with that 100%. 100%.
So it's like what Breezy is saying. I can see Arteta bringing an identity and a plan, but I think he needs to balance it. He needs to balance it with pragmatism. I don't think the players are confused. I just don't think they've got the abilities to execute that strategy. So I think against Liverpool, we tried to not always pass out of the back. We tried to play balls over the top a bit more because, quite frankly, especially without David Luiz in your back four, I mean, he's our best defensive distributor. And personally, he's a player I question just because I think he's got mistakes in it. But yeah, I think it's just that thing is you need, particularly in the centre of midfield and defence, you need players that can take the ball in tight areas and that have good distribution. And Xhaka probably is our best distributor. Partey was awful at distributing yesterday, although he's very good today. Yeah, I just think that's what the problem is. He's trying to stick with that strategy too quickly. He's got to bring a few more players in before it's possible.
It's I think you're right about our midfield right now. In regards to Xhaka, we just need to get those two going in tandem. Be strong down the spine. And then hopefully the pieces of the jigsaw kind of fall into place. Once, I think we're kind of like, I don't like to say it, but you're right with David Luiz probably being, I think when we had Gabriel and Luiz as the partnership, that was probably our strongest we've been. So I would probably say his spine would probably look something like Leno, Gabriel Luiz, Xhaka, Partey, and then up top, then you'd have Aubameyang. That's not a bad spine. when you look at it, really. It's just how confidence and form is a big thing.
Consistency, I think, with David Luiz and Xhaka is my biggest. I think Xhaka's playing his best football at the moment, but I just think with him and Luiz, what you notice is a consistent. I spoke about it yesterday on yesterday's show. It's that cycle, where it's like 9-10 games.
Yeah,
they haven't made a mistake in a while. This is amazing, and then
boom, it happens.
We've got to iron that out of our team if we're going to progress. The big teams, they don't have those mistakes in them in that kind of pattern. But it's a decent spine though. Yeah,
it is a decent spine. So, guys, I want to kind of look to wrap this up. Mr. Silver Fox, thank you. Listen, I think Houdini, he was solid yesterday. To be fair, he didn't really do anything wrong. Didn't get beaten in the air by anyone. Happy about that. But do you know what the problem is that I can't really fault many of our players yesterday apart from finishing, because if you really think about how we played yesterday, yes, we created loads of chances. Yes, we restricted them to I don't think they really had that many, that they were that much of a threat on us. We did everything really what we should have done apart from put the ball in the back of the net. I think on Sunday, what's the kickoff time? Is it 7? Is it 8? Set 7:30?
It's late kickoff.
It's the late kick, late Sunday. Yeah, the 7 p.m. Sorry, 7 p.m. I think. Look, listen. It would be good to have a good morale boosting victory. Go somewhere where we've not won in a while. Get that little monkey off our back. Have good performances around. Give that little bit of a spring in the step for us, and I think we can then take that, have a good week of, get a few injuries back, injured players back, have a positive week, because a week is such a long time in football. I mean, the North London derby was only 2 weeks ago, and that seems like it was about 2 or 3 months ago now. Do you know what I mean? So, and literally, that's how long it seems, so long ago. All it takes is 2 bad, performances, Liverpool and last night, and look how we're feeling. Mr. Silver Fox, yeah, you're right. They fully loaded our box and we couldn't handle it at the end of the day. I think we made an error, I think, at the back, trying to play the ball out when it should have just gone. And they're the little things really that we need to cut out of our game, those little mistakes, and just be professional about things. Don't try and be too cute, and just because Europe, as soon as that away goal kills it. Guys, just quickly before we go, predictions, Prezi, score predictions.
I'm gonna go for a 1-0.
Flipping heck. As much as I'd take that I'd love to see the odds on that one. A 1-0. Number one, we scoring without someone else scoring. That's got. I'd love to see the odds.
I wasn't gonna say 2-1, but I was like, we just need the 3 points. We just need to get back to some sort of winning.
I would take a boring 1-0.
Oh yeah, so would I. 100%.
Will it happen? Will it happen? I don't think it will. King.
I think we can expect to definitely score. I really think the clean sheet would be a good confidence thing to take in, knowing that we need to not, ideally concede going into the next game. But I think I'm going to go with either 2-0 or 2-1 in Arsenal's favour.
Mr. Silverfox comes in with a 0-0. Do you know what? That wouldn't surprise me. Do you know what? I think that I can also see us losing 1-0 as well. Flip's sake. Seriously,
not family licks this week. I don't need any more.
Oh my God, these guys are rock bottom. I'm pretty sure they're down. I can't see them getting out of it. I'm gonna go.
So you gone?
Hello.
2-1.
2-1, yeah.
Okay. Oh, go. Hello.
Yeah, you're back now.
I'm gonna go. Yeah, Arsenal 2-1.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh gosh, guys, I want to apologise for the technical glitch. But yeah, 2-1. King, Brezzy, I want to thank you this evening. It's been brilliant. Love the energy. I know we're a little bit somber, but us Arsenal fans, we just get back on and we get to it. So listen, Sunday evening, I'm sure we'll catch up at some point. Need the 3 points, need the win, need something with a morale boosting kind of victory to go in for Thursday. Last words, anyone?
So just need the 3 points. Come on, get into Europe and just get the trophy. Really, that's what we need.
King.
Yeah, I mean, I think now, you know, I know a lot of people are saying put our eggs in the Europa League basket. I never like, you know, kind of giving up on anything. You know, I still think there's an outside chance. You know, I think if you've looked at Tottenham and West Ham, you know, they nearly threw away another 3-goal lead there. You know, like I think, you know, Liverpool, if they pull back 2 goals against Madrid, which I wouldn't rule out, then they've got more European comps to consider. Chelsea have got to consider juggling that. Everton, they've started slowing up in their past couple of games. But more than anything, I think we need a good performance to go into that next game confident. You know, we need that
100%.
confidence boost.
100%.
So yeah, I think I really just want to see a good performance. I want to see strikers taking their chances and responding to not finishing their dinner yesterday. And you know, if we can throw in a clean sheet there as well, you know, just to kind of get that terrible 14-run game off our back, then that's a bonus. That's all I'm really looking for in this game.
Well, no, that's tremendous. Thank you very much, gents, and thank you, Mr. Silver Fox. There, top show, gents. He says, and it was great. Everyone, smash the like. There you go. He's just said it for me. Smash the likes and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the other side. Come on, you Gunners.
Come on, the Gunners.
Yeah, absolutely.
We are Arsenal. We love Arsenal. Oh yes. We are Arsenal. No mercy. We're Arsenal.